first thing we're going to do is we're going to pass out the folders right here, which we've already done. And there's order forms and stuff in there. And one thing we would ask if you could just fill out your names and everything, do all that good stuff, and then you can fill it out as like a wish list. You can use it as a wish list. Like, you know, if you did get anything you want, fill it out.
A Christmas wish list?
Yeah, something like that. You know, like when you were a little kid or something. So have fun with it. And yeah. Yeah, and if you have any notes or whatever, you can use your order form for notes on the back or whatever. What is the purpose of Elev8 at Home? So the purpose of Elev8 at Home has been to educate people on the other ways to consume pot or just how to consume cannabis. And there's a lot of education as well in this about cannabis. We got Elev8 Presents as well, where you can go and get a lot of that information. Cannabis makes a big difference in a lot of different people's lives for a lot of different things. Some people it's not good for, and that's perfectly acceptable as well. So Elev8 at Home is basically a head shop where you get your own personal concierge. Our job is to know about the products, to explain them to you, to show them how they work and whatnot. We are always learning about the new stuff that's out, so we can bring that to you right away. And we have a website where you can order everything, or you can call me up as your personal concierge, and I'll help you out and talk you through whatever. And that's the difference between what Elev8 at Home is, or just an online head shop, or head shop locally. It's just a really neat thing that I get to be your personal concierge and answer your questions. So again, thank you, Chris, for having and hosting this party. It's really great. And what did Chris get for having this party? She got there was donated herbs and concentrates. Did I bring that out? The herbs and concentrates? There's that, and there's that, and there's that. I did. Yep. So there were some donated herbs and concentrates. But the most important thing that she got is she got a rig and a bowl with that, and then some tidy tips, a dab mat, a tray, and some stuff like that. And she got it at a really great deal. And again, what she really gets to do is have one of these neat and educational experiences with some friends and have a good time. So I chose to be an Elev8 at Home rep because I really believe in the cannabis community, and I really believe in the products that this company Elev8 produces. They're great products, and the other thing is I like talking to people, meeting new people, and this is one of the coolest, greatest ways to do something like that. Then we have a really neat prize throughout this. So the person that asks the most questions, they get a prize at the end. So that's really, really cool. So ask questions. We like questions. Everybody learns from that stuff, especially me. And if that's one thing, being a personal concierge, if you got a question about something and I don't know it, I will find that out and I'll get back to you. So another reason that Elev8 Home is a valuable resource. So if anybody wants to host, talk to me at the end of this. Usually we would, and then also if anybody wants to be a rep like me, talk to me about this as well. There's a lot of cool benefits on that as well, and it's a lot of fun. So game one we're going to do is rolling a joint, and the reason for this game is that we're going to show you vaporization as the preferred method, and then we'll roll a joint later, and you can taste the difference, and it's a big thing. Who wants to roll a joint? Are you saying you do?
No, I use a roller.
You use a roller? You can't roll crutches. You can't use crutches.
Oh, no, I can't.
What? Oh, okay.
Not today, guys. Not today.
Okay. What? Anybody else?
Nicole, you?
No,
You?
I can try.
Can you roll, Chris?
Yeah. I can
Yeah?
roll with $1. I can use $1 bill.
Matt can roll.
I can roll it.
Chris can roll. Alright, so we got 2 rolling. Because that's kind of cheap. It's not cheating, it's the most best
Totally
way to
cheating.
roll one. But it's,
Totally cheating.
it's cheap a little bit. So, alright. So, nobody really loses.
Flour.
Yeah. We need some flour out of there.
I know. I asked them to give it to me.
Yes, It's just so like, you know, when it falls in there.
So we're going to use a grinder to grind this stuff up, and these grinders are really awesome by Central Florida Elevate. And one really cool thing about it is you can get it engraved personally, so you can get your name on there. Somebody steals your shit. And the great thing about it is, A, it makes rolling the joint way easier, and B, it, you never seen grinder?
Yeah, I've
Something
never
like
seen it loaded like that. How did did it go in there that quick?
You squish it.
I usually pull her and tucking it in there all nice and neat.
I'm squishing it. I'm grinding it. I just
Yeah,
put it
but-
in there and go.
Right.
Mushroom. It's all right
Two
there.
big nugs. Holy hell.
Oh my god, you were so funny.
So that's a question, though, right? Where did it go? Yeah.
Well, no, my question is,
But
no,
my
it doesn't
stuff's
hear
pretty
that
dry.
quick.
It's pretty dry.
Okay,
so
that's
it broke
not
up
bad.
a lot
Yeah,
quicker
yeah,
too.
yeah, okay.
You know, so that's another reason. Plus, I just kind of it's bigger.
Now, do you have a do you have
a?
a different chamber in there? What is that called? To catch the keep, or do you
Yeah,
put it
yeah.
all in together?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, it's a
four-piece.
four-piece.
This is
It's a
my
four-piece.
favorite.
Really
So
nice.
you get the keef right there, and then you got a screen right there,
That's a
and
nice
you
screen.
can change it if you ever bust it out or
Yeah.
do something like that.
Okay.
So it's really awesome.
Neat, neat. And you sell
Yeah.
the grinders? And
Yep.
you said that's what you were talking about, you can engrave it?
Yep. So we engraved it right there. Elevate at home. We got Teresa on there. This is her stuff. So it's really neat. You know, like if you're looking out at that,
Right.
everybody likes a Christmas present with their name on it.
What? Yeah,
So
especially something you're going to use. I mean, what's worse than getting a Christmas gift on something you're not going to use, right?
right.
Right.
You know this is used.
Yeah, that's too. Grinder.
I love it.
With names.
So the rules of the joint, no crutch, and
Two of
whoever
my kids out of the way.
rolls the best joint will win a prize, and I'll let you know about that
Why no crutch?
because that's cheating right now. This is the old school joints.
With the crutch.
Some people don't know how to roll with the crutch.
It's
so
like
we
a
do that.
filter, like for
Yeah.
a cigarette.
Yeah.
But it's not a filter. It's
Oh,
just like
so
a
it
piece
doesn't
of
get in your mouth?
cardboard.
Is that what it's called? It's a little piece,
Yeah, it's-
and they put it at the end.
Yep.
And that's okay.
And you
I didn't
can,
know what it
like-
was called.
It's not really a
Suck
filter
on
though,
it
because there's no
and then-
filter, but they'll use paper and it'll go through there.
Get a little point pen and push it down in there, and then it.
I think
So the first thing we're going to do is introduce ourselves, just because Elevate is about, you know, being a better human, being introducing people and knowing people. So I'm Steve, and I love Elevate. And we'll start with the person to the left of me because that's how the tradition is. Pass it to the left. So
Yo, what do I do?
just introduce yourself.
Oh,
That's
hi,
it.
I'm Matt. How are
Hi,
you
Matt.
guys?
Hello, Matt.
I get to hang out at Elevate all the time, so I'm here to support what we're doing.
He's our
He
lead
hangs
glass
out
blower,
at
our
the
pit glass
studio.
blower. So
I am going to sign up for a class.
they're
Yeah,
fun.
Class.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was the grinder and whatnot. Then we'll talk about vaping. That's what this kind of is about because it's one of the best ways to consume and whatnot.
Are we done
And
introducing
it's really,
yourselves?
Yeah,
huh?
is-
Oh,
Matt the
Jesus
only one
Christ.
Matt's
that's
only
using
one
here?
No, I'm nervous.
Done.
Oh,
I'm
He gets
nervous.
nervous working in front of
okay.
people.
So-
Next.
Sorry.
Hi,
Thank you guys.
I'm Becca.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, Becca.
I don't do anything fun. Next.
Oh. Well, I'm Nicole, and I came here because of Tina, and I do lots of fun things. You should probably spend time with me to get more fun things.
All right.
There's
Hey,
fun
and
things to do.
more
Like
fun.
coming here to a weed party.
Yeah.
That's not
Fun.
Anyway, I like craft beer and I like smoking the weed, so I came to visit and hang out and do all those things.
A
Well, I appreciate your
connoisseur
support.
of the weeds, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I
Hi,
like
I'm
it.
Tina. Again, I'm just here for support because it's my brother
Say, mother.
from the same mother. Yep, yep. And got to bring some friends along with me.
You did. Thank you, Tina.
Yep.
I'm Stacy.
Hello, Stacy.
I'm here because my girl Tina's the bomb dizzle. So if you're with her, you're her brother, so you got to be the bomb dizzle too, huh?
Well, I know she's awesome.
So I've got two things on my list already.
I know, because you're awesome.
Sometimes. Just don't spread that horrible rumor, though.
All
But
right,
yes,
I
I'm
will.
here to be a connoisseur of anything you want to give me.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Brett. Mike.
I love it.
I'm Karis, and I just won this joint rolling contest.
Nice.
Yes.
I believe it.
Oh, yours looks pregnant down there, man.
Oh man, maybe not.
That's not good.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. You get the vote, Matt.
Oh, I get to vote.
Cheating, bro.
I gotta say
Yeah,
hers.
he can. Oh, he can. You guys should always vote for your own.
So Casper.
Yeah. No, it don't hurt.
I know. I think they're equally as lucky.
You got a pink one. You have to just pick one.
Why is she the judge?
She gets
Everyone's the judge.
Now
I
you're
want
a
a
judge.
Okay.
So it's 1 for 1 right now.
God, I don't know whose is whose, but I think
You
I
should
like that
know.
one.
Okay. So that's 2. That's 2 for that one. 2 to 1.
I mean, as well, someone's this one.
This is tighter rolled.
So you're picking this one?
Yeah.
That's 2 for 2.
Do you know whose is whose?
See? You should have voted for your own.
Do you?
No, this one. It's tighter.
This one?
Yep. This one.
Uh-oh, that's 3 for 2.
I'll go with this one.
Oh, so she swapped out. So
Yeah.
Matt won. All right. So that doesn't really matter. This one will smoke later on, and then the winner of the questions gets this joint right here.
Is that his prize?
What's that?
His prize is his joint?
No. Matt's prize is he gets $10 off an order tonight.
$10 off falling, man!
For rolling the best joint. Right. I'm getting Pat's money. He knows that. So yeah, we'll talk about vaping and coming up and supposed to start. Yeah, it's kind of perfectly. So yeah, why did I come up with this product vaping for? Because back in the day, Kind Buds was really rare, and man, you could really enjoy it and whatnot. And also notice that I smoked about 1/3 to half as much herb, and I really like that. And then you start hearing about all the health benefits, and it's like, man, I need that. Yeah. So, man. I'm still working on my format, everybody. So thank you. So one thing, since you guys don't want to be on camera, we're not going to take a picture. But if we want to get a picture tonight,
We'll
we
take a
want it.
picture,
All right.
right? We'll take a picture? Yeah, we'll take a picture. I'll get these guys to take a picture.
All right. I won't post it on the internet or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just for my own personal.
Yep.
All right. Cool. So we'll just turn this way, and then we'll turn this one down for a second, and then we'll get a picture. Chris, can you take the picture?
Yeah.
Get in the picture.
This one's not on. No, not. I want you in it. You just. Can we use your phone to take
Oh,
the picture?
yeah,
That was
sure.
a bad question.
Unless you can telepathically
Yeah, you can
bring
just.
your face
If I
over
selfie,
this
right?
way.
I can learn how to Photoshop it.
Squeezing in.
Oh, my flash is on. Hold on. Okay, here.
Elev8!
Okay,
All
so
right.
we should
Thank you, everybody.
should be
That
eights.
means a lot to me.
Eight?
It means a whole lot to me.
keep thinking this works falling like every single time. Where it comes from?
Especially because these two people basically started something called Elev8. This one right here has been here 90% of it. So it's really neat to have the three of you guys here tonight. It's great.
10 years.
So I guess that's what we'll do now. We'll invite people, whoever wants to come up and try the Silver Surfer, please come up, and then I'll continue on talking about it.
The Silver Surfer?
So this is the Silver Surfer vaporizer.
Oh, okay, it's an actual vaporizer, not a, okay.
Not a vape pen. We're going to actually vaporize dry herbs and everything like that. Do you want to try it?
Sure, because I don't even know how to do it. You going to tell me how to do it?
I'll tell you how to do it. Come on up. Oh yeah, and then yep, cover tissue this one up too. Okay. So, yeah, come on up. So the first thing we're going to do is, how do you think you fill, this is your wand right here, and this is where the herb goes, obviously your herb. How do you think the best way to fill that up is?
You feeling this?
Yep.
Suck it, Stacy.
Shit. This don't
Suck
nothing.
it, girl.
She,
Like this?
she is right. She is right. So,
Whoa.
so this is the easiest way to just kind of fill it up.
No, I know.
So it's just kind of easy peasy. I mean, you're gonna inhale anyway, so you just inhale it. And for this, I'm gonna kind of not put a ton in there.
Yeah,
but that way,
appreciate that.
yeah, but that way you can kind of taste like, because this is gonna be a bunch you
I'm not gonna lie,
experience.
I'm a newer smoker. So,
Okay,
yeah.
then you're don't
Don't fall on the
participate.
ground?
Yeah, and don't participate the whole night
Oh, okay.
because
I don't know.
yeah, then the juice don't. But that's okay. So
You're allowed to get
we got
some
this right here.
if you
This
want.
goes into there,
Yeah.
and that smell up here. That's one thing about the surfer is you can leave this on 24/7, and that's what makes it smell all good in here right now.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to remove this for the rest of the night so we don't bump it and do whatever.
Okay.
But I just wanted you guys to see what else this does because this
Okay.
machine's very versatile.
So why did you put that over here?
I put that in here because this is a water pipe. So
Okay.
this I feel is one of the best ways to inhale. So right now, what happens is when you inhale, hot air is going to go over this, and once it heats up and vaporizes, vapor is going to come off and into your mouth. So I turned this down a little bit because I want it to show you how this thing works.
Okay. So if it's me doing it by myself, I'm gonna hold this, correct?
Yep,
Okay.
yep. You just hold that there, and then just go ahead and inhale.
I don't have to put my finger on that thing. Just
No,
inhale?
you just inhale. And
Okay.
to use it as a card if you want, you can always take this out as well.
Gotcha.
So vapor doesn't go bad like smoke does, and it doesn't get all
Oh,
stale and
okay.
gross and everything.
Okay.
It's a totally different experience.
So you're not gonna blow out like this huge.
Okay.
Yeah, with vapor you don't get that whole big thing.
When should I stop inhaling?
Just when you're comfortable with it.
Okay.
You might not even get much on the first hit because I'm
Okay.
going to show you how to turn it up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the big thing is with these things, you want to inhale basically at your comfortable speed. Some people go slower, some people go faster, some people.
Oh, I'm thinking I'm not getting any because I don't see it.
But you
that's-
got a little bit.
Yeah,
You
but I'm not
taste
gonna
it,
see
right?
it.
You will see it. And it'll,
Okay.
it'll get thicker than that. So
Okay.
that was about halfway.
Okay.
And so you didn't get a whole lot there. So what I would do is I would turn it up.
Okay.
And we'll wait about a minute for it to heat up a little bit more and then take another hit.
Okay.
One thing though about your first hit is always really small because
Uh-huh.
you got to take it from room temperature up to about 400 degrees. That's when all
Okay.
the cannabinoids and stuff start to come
All
out.
right.
But your second hit, it's already around like 300-400 degrees. So you only got to take it up a little.
Okay.
So your hit comes quicker. So yeah, that should be
He's
long
so
enough.
bad.
And then go ahead and inhale and
Weird.
same thing.
I know.
And you can see what the right temperature is after, if this is turning dark brown, then it might be brownish is like the perfect temperature. Dark brown black is it's probably up a little bit too high. So
Gotcha.
that's the right temperature right there.
Okay.
If you want more, you can have more.
I'm gonna have one more.
Yep, please do. So what I do in between
It
these
tastes
is
good, huh?
Yeah, and
I
it's
love
not.
the flavor.
Okay, so I don't know if this is true or not. My son is a smoker, and he said that the cold water, he has one that's like tri-level, and he's got ice in the middle.
Mhm.
And he said that one helps him not cough as much.
Yep.
Is that true?
It's true
Oh,
because
he's not
it does.
bullshitting me?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It cools it down because that smoke.
It's also filtering out the carcinogens.
Okay, he was like, because it cools it down, is what he told me. Okay.
Yep. So when you light a bowl, that's like 600, 700 degrees,
Mhm.
and then it comes in there. So the further away it is, the bigger the water
Right.
pipe. The more time it cools down, the more chambers it goes
Gotcha.
through, more water cools it down. This, you're vaporizing at around 420, 428 is the optimum. So you're about 200 degrees cooler.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cooler, and then it goes through this hose and then through the water, so it cools it down a lot, and that's why it's a lot better on your lips.
Awesomeness.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Oh, and that's what I was just going to do. You're awesome. So we got these up here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got alcohol.
So whenever you're done with
Biggest
your,
germaphobe you'll ever meet.
whenever you're done, just wipe it down and for the next person so they're clean up because it gives it a second to go ahead and, you know, dry down. So cool.
The tissues are over.
I think it's okay. I don't have a small holiday price, right? I used to have one.
Not like me.
You guys going up?
So she said,
No.
Going up? Do it.
okay, it's your turn.
Yeah, if anybody wants to come up, they can. I'm going to keep talking and whatnot. At any point in time, you can come on up.
You can
Do you want these going?
Yes.
Yeah, yep. And we'll just take this off right now. So that's fine. Sorry about that, y'all. So I showed the aromatop. Stacy it was,
Yes.
right? Yeah, I showed Stacy the aromatop, but this really, has the aromatop, so you can leave it on 24/7. Another thing is when it's up there, it's really incognito. You put the whip away. If any kid sees it or whatnot, it's an aromatherapy device, so it's really a good thing. So the first thing I want to show you guys is in your little booklet there is this vaporizer guide right here. Just kind of talks a little bit about vaporizing versus smoking, some of the different stuff. And then on the back it shows you the different stages of the herb, how it turns to and whatnot as you're vaporizing it and whatnot. And then inside it's the 7th Floor vaporizer products shown against the top competitors out there. And you can see that these products, it's why I stand behind this company, these products offer the most value for the most dollar. And they're built right here in Colorado Springs. So tonight we're having, that was donated from some local people, is some tangerine, and then we got some just regular shadow wax up here. So the first thing we'll do is we'll pass around the SSV thing, and this is the Silver Surfer vaporizer. So we started obviously with the Silver Surfer here, and we're going to do that. And then again, grinding your herbs is really the best way in a vaporizer to fully extract it, because it really produces a lot more surface area and everything. And all that surface area allows you to pull out more vapor at one point in time. But the good thing too is if it's big in there and I've done a whole nugget and you put it in there, and you can just break it up with your pick afterwards too. And again, these grinders you can get personalized, and the Silver Surfer can be fully personalized. In a vaporizer, when you're doing, if you guys have heard of dabs, there's that. And the vaporizer is like doing raw dabs. It's just taking those concentrates right off the plant instantly. So it's more efficient and it's less work out there and whatnot. So we call that raw dabs. Yeah? Yeah, so when you vape the flower, it's actually better and than any kind of dabs out there. Dabs definitely taste well, but on the flower you get full spectrum. There's 140 cannabinoids and compounds in the cannabis, and in that page right there, the trifold you have, there's a lot of information in the Art of Vaporizing. Is an article under guides in there and on the website, and it talks about where all the terpenes come out and some of the health benefits, and there's really a lot of information on cannabis in that Elev8 presents. But yeah, so with the cannabis, and that's the beautiful thing about cannabis strains, is they have all the different strains, and each one is loaded differently with different amounts of cannabinoids, different, THC, THCVs, CBDs, CBNs, all those different things. And that's where each strain, it benefits people differently, because people are different and each strain is different, and it's kind of for different ailments while workout. Whereas a lot of the extractions are really high in just THC, but they're missing some of the other compounds that are found in there. So yeah, I showed you how that thing works. We wipe that down when we're done. So that's another thing, how the body absorbs cannabinoids. We have an endocannabinoid system in our body, and that thing, we're somehow perfectly adapted for the cannabis plant. And that's another thing, is the entourage effect, and I truly believe in why flower is better than concentrates, is the entourage effect, because all the different compounds in the cannabis plant are working together to work in our bodies. And then I used to believe, and a lot of people believe, that eating is a great way to use cannabis, and it is a great way for a lot of people. But there's only a 5% bioavailability when you eat cannabis, so it's very low. And then another thing, some people digest it and they don't actually get anything from it. Whereas when you actually vaporize cannabis, it's a 30% bioavailability. That's 6 times the amount of absorption. So you're basically getting 6 times more efficient, 600% more. It's just better. And then, so the Silver Surfer, to do all that magical stuff, you can get it for $270. And then the full model, where it comes with the graphics, the aroma top, everything extra special, is $350. And I promise that you're down the road that $80 is smoking, and you'll be like, man, I wish I had that art. And you can literally put anything on these things. So one thing, does anybody have any questions? Don't forget we got that trophy going. All right. So one thing about vaping that you'll notice, and it's a connoisseur experience of developing a palate for vaporizing as well, is your first couple hits with the terpenes really coming off of it, and you'll taste and really smell the cannabis. And then down the road, as you vape more, it'll start roasting it, much like coffee is roast. So some people really enjoy the roasted flavor of the coffee. Some people not so much. Some people, after using it, really start to enjoy it later, and that was me. At first, it was just like joints, but after you give it a try, what's that?
Is that what you're referring to?
Yep. So I get mine really dark roasted. Some people don't take it so dark roasted, and that's okay, because we'll talk about the leftovers in this. It's really beneficial. It's already been decarbonized, and so it's been heated up. It's activated, and you can eat this right from this, and you'll get the effects from it. So you can turn it into butter as well. To me, that's a lot of work, and you can sprinkle it on a pizza or a salad or whatever if you want it. And it's actually super good. People put nuts on everything. Yeah, seriously. So you can. That's the thing about vaping, is you can literally use all of the plant. It's very efficient. It's the most efficient way to consume.
Have a salad when I leave.
Yeah, it's great. And if you want to try any of this, please come up and try it. What's great about it is when you vape it, it really breaks down the plant matter and the fibers in it. It almost melts in your mouth. It tastes really good.
So when you're saying vaping, what's the actual functionality that's vaping? What is it?
All right, I'll just bring this over here.
Okay.
You want to try some?
Yeah.
I'll eat it with you.
That's all you do. You just grab it and eat it.
You can pour it out however you want.
Okay, yeah. We want to make Nicole have some too.
Matt had a question.
Yeah, what was that? Sorry.
What's the actual functionality of the unit that's vaping it? Like what is it that's vaping it as opposed what heat's making it? Okay.
Just put it
Heat.
back on there.
It's the
So
hot
you're
air.
using heat?
Yep. So
Okay.
it's hot air, and that's with this little white little thing in here. That's the ceramic heating element in this
Okay.
thing. And so that the element actually can get up to 900 degrees. It probably runs around 8 or something. But because it's convection, the air goes by, and the air can only get up to about 500 degrees or something if you inhale really slow and turn it all the way up.
And that's what's hitting your product is about 500 degrees, you say?
It can get that high. I
Okay.
would turn it down to like the optimum perfect temperature is 428 degrees, because that's the last compound in cannabis, which vaporizes out at 428 degrees.
Okay.
Cannabis combusts at 450 degrees. So your optimum temperature is around 430, if you can do that.
Okay.
And that's when it turns to a dark brown. When it's turning black, it's probably getting a little too hot there, but a dark brown is perfect. It's a perfect roast for it. And again, that's why we don't have numbers on here, because you visually know that, and a connoisseur knows, like music connoisseur, they know what they're hearing. They don't need a dial, they learn it and whatnot like that. So
Does everybody know what cannabinoids and terpenes are?
those are the beneficial things in cannabis. Maybe I don't know. If you want to explain what they are. It's on the website, and when you go to the Art of Vaporizing, it's all in there, yeah. And so cannabinoids are a lot of the cannabis compounds in there. Your body actually produces a lot of cannabinoids. Now, what they are, I don't know that off the top of my head. I'm sorry. So yeah, as you vape, and you'll start to get more of a nutty taste in there and whatnot. Some people will say it tastes like popcorn. It does not taste like popcorn. It actually tastes like roasted cannabis. That's the first time you've ever really tasted roasted cannabis. So,
I'm usually a smoker. I've never used a vape. That was my first time, and I noticed
Really?
that I didn't cough.
right.
Like when I smoke, I die coughing.
Well, there's 80 to 90% less tars and carcinogens
That's why.
in the vape. Well, you can see this is left over. Like if you were smoking, that's all this would be going into your lungs. It's all left over right here. So that's the beauty of it.
And what do you call that stuff?
We call that duff. Some people call it ABV, already been vaped. Some call it ABB, already vaped bud. So I like the word duff. Been using it for 14 years probably now, and it's pretty cool. Maybe it's ode to the Simpsons, right?
What does that stand for?
I don't know what it stands for. I don't know. So that's one neat thing too, is like each strain out there, it smells different in the bag, and so it tastes like it smells. But also, as each strain, as you vape it down the road, it'll completely give different tastes. Some get sweeter towards the end, some get spicier towards the end. Each strain is totally different. It's much like wine tasting. For me, if I just taste wine, they all kind of taste the same. Reds or taste like reds or this like this. But as you become a connoisseur of wines, each different kind tastes differently. And that's much exactly the same of cannabis. When you first taste it, maybe it tastes the same. Give it a try different strains, and you will become a vaporizer connoisseur, and you will taste all those different beautiful rainbows of flavor. And experience the true plant. And again, you can learn more about vaporizing and stuff at both Elev8@home.com and Elev8 Presents. There's a lot more stuff at Elev8 Presents, just all kinds of articles and stuff like that, and good stuff. And that's in that trifold. And there is definitely more information there to help out with the cannabinoids and explain what cannabinoids is. Like, there's so much information there. I'm sorry I didn't fill my head with that much information today.
Is there any kind of warranty for this thing?
Yes. So the Silver Surfer has a 3-year warranty on it.
What about Susan Surfer?
We're not there. But we will get there.
That's not so.
It is definitely not. You are very keen eyes. So how this started was, a long time ago, fell in love with the Silver Surfer, and or I didn't fall in love with the Silver Surfer. I fell in love with vaporizing. It was wooden box and had to change it out. Things were just different back then. I actually built the first one with my mom, the first 7 of them, and it was just kind of neat. And then sometimes we go out and meet people in the Home Depot parking lot. Matt remembers that. I'd sell them to them out of the back of the trunk. So, it's really a mom and pop little thing that started. It's been a neat experience and journey. And then we had to kind of move out. We were building in the back of the house. We had to move out because the neighbor didn't really like us running business out of the house, and moved out and whatnot. And then Elev8 Glass started in 2014 because our glass crew wanted their own identity. And then later on, the glass crew became Elev8 Premier because Elev8 started there, but it really expanded into a whole way of life. So there's Elev8 Glass, there's Elev8 at Home, there's Elev8 Dolls, there's Elev8 Lifestyle. Like it's all about living an Elev8 lifestyle that I definitely try to live. And then,
Hey Steve,
yeah.
you dropped something.
Ooh. So yeah, that did around. So yeah, and then actually, your eye was right. This is a Super Surfer. Yeah. See, this is where it just fucking did it. I gotta clean this up. I'm sorry.
One year water.
Good morning. So some of the features of the Silver Surfer are the aroma top that you can get with it to diffuse stuff. It has a hands-free attachment in it with it as well. So that goes like this. I had it up here too. And then it plugs into there, so you can, and this is bendable. So it plugs into there, and then you can hold that there like that. It comes in this beautiful padded bag right there. It's a hemp polyester blend we call Hempster. And you can leave the thing on 24/7. It's made of 1/4-inch solid aluminum. And this one, and we have other ones that's actually a powder coat on there. And then, so vaping does reduce tars and carcinogens by 80 to 90%. And again, another great thing that vaping does is it combustion actually destroys up to 60% of the active ingredients. And so when you eliminate combustion, you basically get 60% back. So that's why I can truly, gratefully, or knowingly say that you will smoke 1/3 to half as much. Yes.
So you can, if I wanted to order that, I could order it and get an airbrush to it already, or do
It's
you
not
take it?
airbrush.
Oh,
Yes, it's called sublimation. So it's much like, so an airbrush will scratch off.
okay.
So this is sublimated into the powder coating,
Oh,
which is the
okay.
stuff like your fridge. So it's like a tattoo. It's not going to peel off, come off, do anything like that. It's solid. And the powder coating that goes to this, it's a 2-coat powder process. It's literally a work of art. There's 2 shops in all of Colorado that can even powder coat this good. And the best we were lucky is right down here in Colorado Springs. And then we do all the artwork in-house. So if you have your artwork that you like, we can put anything on there as long as it's not copyrighted. Or we have about 150 different designs that you could get on there. So yeah, we got all those up there. And
Wow, okay.
yeah, and we'll pass around at the end so you can see it on the site, so all the different themes and whatnot.
Okay.
You know? And yeah, what do you have a question?
I should have brought in my vaporizer.
Yeah, Tina's got a really old one. And our oldest one is still running down at our original head shop today after 14 years. So one, what?
And it's covered in wax. That's cool.
So,
Yours is?
yeah.
The first one ever.
Mine's
So
covered in
one thing
wax,
about
too.
the lungs, they can only absorb so much. So one thing that I'm very big about are smaller hits. Less is more. The reason for that is, say you got X amount and you break that down into 10 hits, and these are really small hits, they're filling up the same amount of surface area in your lungs, and your body can actually absorb more of that when it's in a smaller amount. When you put a big mass amount in there, your body can only absorb so much, and it goes out. So I promise you'll get more out of your product if you do small, tiny hits. I know I'm a human and I like it too. I like to be a dragon and see these big clouds. But reality is, small, micro mass hits are the key. So, and then what we do have here, if you want to pass around the Super Surfer one, you already passed that around. So we got that one, and that's the Mac Daddy of them, and that one right here. It also fills up a bag. So again, your temperature is there, and then this one has lights built into it, so you can put it there. It's got a couple different modes, and then you can pick your different colors. Purple's my favorite, but I like this mode. So you look at it, and it's like a horse of 1,000 colors from the Wizard of Oz, and it'll just change colors on you and whatnot, and I really enjoy that. And it'll also fill up a bag. So that's what we'll do now. What's that?
No, keep. Are you giving these away?
Not those. Do you need it? If you want one, I'll give it to you if you want it. Yeah. That's fine. That's totally fine. Totally acceptable. I love it. So the next thing is we experience dry herbs out of this, and this I'll show you the bag, and we're going to experience concentrates. And with concentrates, I'll turn it up a little bit, but not too much. And then we got this thing right here called the flavor disc, and this is made out of ceramic. And we put our dabs on there, or waxes, or whatever it's called. Ceramic.
Okay.
So it's earth elements, and it's like a paste, and they do whatever, and they mix it and whip it, and then it turns into like, yeah, check it out. It's like a little lava stone almost.
That's why I was, okay.
Yep, and so it looks, it's kind of like a lava stone. They actually bake that at 1,300 degrees. There is no flavor on it.
It's just ceramic.
We call it a flavor disc because it lets you experience the pure flavor of
Here,
your
suck on
dabs.
that one. No, I'm kidding.
So I just want to show you guys, this is the size that I'm putting on this. I mean, and we're going to fill up probably 2
And that's what?
bags.
That's the dab trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
Concentrate
big
dab are
or
the same?
small?
Yep.
Normal.
Okay.
Kind of normal.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I got to show it to you, otherwise you'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
So concentrate and dab are the same. Okay.
Concentrates, dabs, wax, shatter,
Wax, shatter.
they're
Okay.
all,
All the
Yeah, I
The
moved here
concentrate.
and I was like, what the hell is a shatter?
yeah, me too. Trust me.
Today was the first day I've heard of a shatter.
Oh yeah? Oh no.
So,
My brother.
when I hook this
Why
up,
not?
what I like, you out here, Mr. Chris? Yeah. Peace, brother. Thanks for your help today.
Bye.
Nice to meet
you.
When I hook this thing up, I like to go ahead and turn the fan on first, and when I see the vape coming out, because you do have to heat that disc up, then I'll go ahead and plug this in. And this has a valve on it, so it'll go ahead and
Did the same thing.
fill that up.
That is not what I thought was going to happen.
And you can also put the whip on there and have it come out at you, and you can inhale it from there, and it comes out at a nice slow taste. And it just there's a lot of great ways to inhale it.
People, right?
What's that? Yeah.
So, okay, I'm really
No, we'll
lost.
pass it around.
You're gonna pass it back.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So
I'm
wax.
way lost.
You can come up and look at it
Put
if
it
you
on
want.
paper disc.
Yeah, please do. Do you want to be on
That
camera or off
vaporizer
camera?
has a fan in it.
You want to be off camera?
So you,
Sorry, guys.
so you.
I don't know. I'm
I
way
put it on
lost.
top of this disc. Oh, you see it?
Right.
Yeah, I'm way lost.
That's where I
Yep, so I put it on this little disc right here,
Okay.
and I put it in there. So after about like,
So that is inside there.
yep, you
Okay.
see that darkness right there?
Are you gonna
That's
slow
that. So there's a lot of surface area, so all that wax wants to go everywhere. Dabs
Oh,
is
it's going
fine.
here. That way it's
That's a
cold like
bummer.
now.
Yep, sorry, nope, that's my fault, my bad.
Yeah, it's easy.
So, yeah, there was wax in here, and I take this out every like 5th to 10th dab, basically, and I just
They
burn
give
it
us
with
random
torch, and all the
sometimes.
fats and
Really?
lipids
Never
are
know.
in there.
Right.
Right, so when you do a dab,
So
it's-
it just drips, right?
it just
Jeffrey,
catches on
what?
fire and burns out. It's this black, nasty smoke.
So
That's
it's
what you're not
random
putting in
for
your
you?
lungs.
Okay.
All the drugs, all the compounds,
That's fun.
everything, it has.
I know it's
it
coming
has to
once
have
a year, but
barrier,
then it's
something
random,
to stick
so.
to. Those are fats and lipids, right? And you don't want to inhale those.
No, that's why I always,
You cough so
because I'm
bad.
fat,
No.
that stays with me. So, I've got another question. So is,
Okay.
I mean, you're still gonna, yeah.
You know why? So that's one crazy thing that people should know. Cannabis stays in your system because your body doesn't want it out. That's why it stays in the 30 days. It's natural. It's healthy. All the other drugs stay in your system for a couple of days because your body is like, get the fuck out of me. This shit is nasty. Get out of me. Cannabis, your body.
Mine's staying forever.
Loves
I'm
it.
fat. It's just all up in all that fat. It's going anywhere. So what I'm tripping on is, okay, I've done a dab one time and that was because I lost a lung coughing behind it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because you got
Oh, really? I
fats
had
and
to go get my
lipids.
lung out of the damn parking lot.
I know. That's why I
I
won't
couldn't
do dabs
stop, and I
either.
was high
I
like
didn't
for
do that,
the whole
did
day.
I?
Low
That
temp
wasn't
dabs.
me, was it?
Low temp dabs do work good though.
But I've never
But
seen
this
it
is
put
the
in a
best.
bag. That's way weird. No,
And you
you're
can
fine.
put this right in this wand too and inhale it and do it directly through this. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this valve off and turn this off.
That was cool.
Ludicrous.
That's a pretty color right there.
Unreal.
So we got that, and then we got a little SICK clip on here, so we can tie that on there. And you can use that or not use it. But there's a little valve right here, so you're just gonna turn it up, and then.
Look at that fucking
So
shit right
we'll start to
there.
the left here, and then we'll pass this around if you guys want them, because I know you guys said we were all
Can I have a-
germaphobes.
Yeah.
So everybody can have one.
Oh yes, I need my own personal.
Yep, that's perfect.
Thank you.
You're my fault. No, I'm happy to have
Thank you.
I've been in maybe since April. It's
I'm a paramedic for
Oh, you
over
are?
15
So you
years.
know.
So I'm like, when I saw you hooking it up and blowing it on that, and I'm like,
one.
or sucking or whatever
One.
you're doing.
One thing.
Oh, I got what?
So when you do this, one thing about the Super Surfer is if you have it filled up with dry herbs and you're hitting it with the wand, your herb goes up and down. The temperature of the herb goes up and down. But with the bag, it just comes out and keeps going. So when you use the bag with dry herb, you're going to want to cut it back just a tiny little bit because otherwise it's going to push high temperatures through it. So
You just open and suck.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Hello.
So then we have the Buddha. Can you pass that one around, please? And then this is our most affordable model, and it only comes in silver and black. And it's a great model. You can also get an aroma top for it. It's a plastic base, and it's more produced in a foreign country. And then what not
So you
there?
rub on its belly as you smoke?
Yep. And you can't get any graphics on there. And one important thing that people don't really see it as a big thing now is the Surfer does come with a handcrafted knob, right? An Elevate Premier right here. And the angle of the dangle. It's a really important thing. It's always pointing up and everything. So it's just pretty cool. It does not have a hands-free attachment either. So you probably still took a big one. But it's not as bad as a dab hit.
Nope.
Yeah.
Laughing at me.
I took one for you.
So the next thing we'll talk about is we'll talk about portables, people on the go. I have.
So I do have one question.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt you, but if I don't ask, I forget. I'm old
Yeah,
like
please,
that.
please.
So, do you have anything that can mask the smell?
Not really. Well, we do have these smoke buddies where you can blow it through and whatnot. One thing about this is you can smell it in the air right here. It definitely doesn't smell like burnt earth. It's going to smell like a sack.
We also sell ozone, which will definitely mask the smell.
Well, wait a minute.
Okay.
Dead bodies?
Yes,
Ozone.
ozone was
Apartment complexes.
created
Oh.
during like World War II to mask the smell
Or my
of
car.
bodies.
Wow. Wow.
You can use the candle melts on there.
And then you can also use the candle melts, but it doesn't completely mask it because we do have the aroma top to help.
Unless you
She's
get
talking
a
about her car,
buttercream
too.
aroma
I'm
top.
talking like my car.
Can I tell her what I
Scent
did when
bomb.
I was a
You
kid?
can get it from Walmart.
What is it?
Scent bomb.
Right?
Scent bomb.
That stuff is insane. Don't be in the car when you spray
The
it.
scent bomb shit,
Scent bomb.
I love that stuff.
I know, that stuff is
my
good.
favorite.
Don't be in the car when you spray it.
And the
So let's,
stronger
talk about the
wax
sidekick.
melt you have, the better. Because
Walmart.
like there's a orange cream one that will make anything smell like
So we got this. This is our sidekick. It's our portable vape right here. And with both these and everything, so first we showed the dry herb, then we showed the concentrate. This I'm going to show dry herb and concentrate. So you turn it up, I hold it for 5 seconds, and then you.
Sorry, think of me.
That was one dab.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
went around like twice.
Yeah, and so we'll go ahead and turn this on just so it can pump out, and you guys can see how much more dab is still in that disc and
So you're
whatnot.
just gonna waste it in the air?
I mean, you can go suck it if you want.
Well, I could fill the bag up and put it around, but there's plenty to go around. So I just kind of want to show you. What is my? Oh, my drawer is right there. So it's still coming up. I could have filled up a bag. I mean, it's but it's not as thick as those big old giant hits and everything like that. It's just not really.
What are the two knobs on the front of there?
So
Besides, one turns on the fan.
yep. This is your fan, and then this is your light control.
Oh, okay. Then there's light.
Yep, and then you press it right there, and that's how you turn your lights on and off.
Okay.
And then with this, actually, the sidekick comes in. We'll pass this around right here. This is the brand new sidekick. Yeah, you can pass that around first. But we'll pass this around. The sidekick comes in this beautiful little bag right here. Comes with 2 sets of batteries. It's got a handcrafted American-made mouthpiece in there.
Man, that is a beautiful color you got right there.
You like that green?
Money green looks like.
It comes with a charger back here. She don't have it in here, but it comes with both a wall charger and a car charger, so
It's
you can put
plugged in
this in there.
behind that
Oh.
thing right there.
We're plugged in back there. It's okay. They know what it looks like.
Alright, cool.
And you can also add a bubbler attachment to these things.
whole bag is just for one day.
So you can also put that in there, or we also have some other things like this, where you can actually hook this up to any water pipe really that you want.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And it goes from
Well, they're
10
mind-blowing. I don't
millimeter
even know
to
what the hell
19
half of this
millimeter.
shit is going on here.
Well, and that's what I'm here for. If you got any questions, always. You
Like
ask me
that's a bag full of like goodies.
And that all comes with the sidekick,
You
and
can
it's
keep your
it's-
ID and money and your phone and all that.
Oh,
in
that's my
there, too.
purse.
Yeah.
yeah, and these run for 200, and they're doing a special right now for
Yeah,
150.
that's what I need.
Yep, and I'm gonna pass that around.
Oh, lighter than I thought. It looked so bulky. It looked kind of heavy at first, but it's not.
And it's kind of big like that because how long do you think this air path is in this little machine? So the air goes down and up
If it's
here.
hard to pull up, Steve, what do you do?
Yeah,
shut up,
it,
You lose
it comes with lubricant. So we got this lubricant right here, just coconut oil. You just put like
How
2
did you
drops of
come up with
coconut.
coconut oil?
My mom again. I literally tried every single.
So like, can you demonstrate? Because this one
Yeah.
doesn't want to come up.
Yep.
Here, right here. So there.
Yep.
Yep.
So you just kind of pull that up like that, and then take a little bit of
coconut oil.
Coconut
is
oil.
great lube for everything.
Hey.
What if you're allergic to
Then don't use it.
then don't use it.
Maybe olive oils.
And it does say this is coconut oil on here, so
Allergic to coconut oil?
if it doesn't come out, people are allergic to everything. Some people.
Everything. So, yeah.
You want to either put it in the microwave for a second or heat it up.
Need
like-
it.
Yeah, you gotta kind of get it out of there, warm it up. You can, but chapstick for some reason it hardens up after a while, and it just doesn't work as good. Like I said, I tried every lubricant you could think of: chapstick, coconut, like every sex kind of one, everything you could think of. I tried, and then my mom's like, "Did you try coconut oil?" I was like, "Fuck no! Why would I try that?"
Because it worked.
And oh my god. Like by your third time that you got to put in a little drop on here and there when you pull it up and down a lot. But by your third time, let's go down. It like just penetrates into the silicone. And so there we go.
Yeah. I think it took a whole different path there.
Sucking and lubing on everything.
Sucking and lubing, and you just stroke it like this, and it makes it easier, and here you go.
dirty 420?
3420.
That's the next thing to come up with.
So that's actually 14 or up to 16 inches of air pack in that built into that little.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you show them
Yeah.
mine?
I'm about
Yeah,
to.
she's
Once I
taking
turn
it
this on,
apart.
I got a plan. I bet you didn't know that, but I do.
Like a bomb.
Well,
Yeah.
you do. Just like to fight. So we'll turn this on, and this machine will run for 7 minutes and then turn off. This one is actually my new one, and it's a tester, something I've been working on. So how is?
1866.
Yep. So we'll start it over here. Actually, we'll give it to you just so you can kind of see it. You can go first since Matt's tried this thing 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So
tell me how to do
it'll vibrate when it gets up to temperature. That's how it knows. And then yeah. So this is. So this is the piece right here called the vortex cooler, and this is actually 11 inches of air travel right there. It also acts as a screen, so it prevents any like herbs from going into your mouth and whatnot. And those things go right into there, and it actually has 2 stainless steel air paths in there and everything like that. So those stainless steel air paths can also come out. So not only does this thing work like that, but you can totally clean it. This is your connector. It's silicone and steel there as well. So you plug that in, and your batteries go up, and here's more sexualness. The nipples go up.
Right on.
Nipples up.
Nipples up. Note to self.
Yep. So that's that. And again, it all comes in this nice thing. After each use, I go ahead and clean the screen and bless it out.
It's only an 8.
Oh, 8. Yep, it vibrated a
Oh,
second
yeah, I
ago.
can
So,
really
it's
Got
good.
it. Okay.
So one great
Just
thing,
inhale.
you just
I don't
inhale.
have to push nothing,
Nope.
hold
No,
nothing,
but you
Stay
can
some.
stir this right here.
stir it.
Yep.
What stirring mean?
It's suck it.
So that's what you're doing right there.
Oh, so is there flour in here or
Yep.
is this dab?
There's flour and concentrate mixture in there.
Yeah.
So it doesn't do a whole lot more other than it makes the flour experience last a little bit longer. It enhances the flour. So if I'm going to use dabs, I do prefer it to be like an enhancer.
I did it nice and slow. Quick.
So you can stir it up too. So this is different than this machine right here. I do stir the bowl after every hit and whatnot, but
I'll let her fool you.
this thing is a conduction heat. So this is convection, and you got the outside heating this up with slight convection, but it's mostly conduction. So you're going to want to stir this and keep it going and just kind of keep it up. And after every little bit, I also go ahead and pull that out and then push it back in and keep stirring it up. So, hope this one goes in here.
And remind me again how much that is?
Oh, this is 200 and it's on sale.
And there was the glass piece for it right next to it.
It's on sale for 150 right now.
And it's called what?
The sidekick.
Yes.
Because every superhero needs a sidekick.
Great. Nipples.
What if you're your own sidekick?
Well, sidekicks have sidekicks, though, right? Don't they?
In my brain, I got my own sidekick.
I know. I love it.
Wait.
So, have you ever seen the superhero stuff or something?
I just did it out.
So what did I put? All right. So that's the sidekick. And then our next portable vaporizer is called the Elevator. So the Elevator is a torch vaporizer, and if you guys have done dabs on a banger, this will replace your banger. It's cleaner. It uses the flavor disc again. And when we use this, what would you guys like to try? Dabs or flour?
Dabs.
Dabs?
Yep.
Okay. So this does.
Look at Stacy, she's like,
It's aggressive bitch here. Dab.
I wasn't smoking when
We don't have any for.
we have a shout out for someone on
the shop.
there.
Ooh,
Shout out?
shout out, Teresa.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
up, girl? How's it
Shout
going? We missed you. Word to your mother.
So this one we're actually going to run in this water pipe right here and put it like this. So the beautiful thing about this elevator, this is the heater and it works pretty much exactly like that does.
heater.
Yep, but you need a torch for it. So this heater can also go in here, and then if you put this in here, you kind of have a portable one, more on the go if you don't have your rig with you. You put flour in there, the easiest way to stir it is to just shake it up. It's pretty neat. And then it comes with both of these pieces like that, so you can put it in here as well. And then how this thing works is you use this, and so all the pieces are borosilicate most all, but this heater is actually made out of quartz. And quartz is pretty much the same thing as boron, except borosilicate has like 10%.
Is it gonna melt the glass?
It won't. Oh, and you can heat this up red hot and throw it in water. It'll just boil the water. It won't even crack. So soft glass has to heat and cool basically like this on like it's real slow. Borosilicate can go kind of like a mountain range.
Okay.
Quartz could go bam, 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 bam.
Can you do that one more time?
No,
Yeah, he does that.
Bam, bam, bam,
I
bam.
only do it one
He
time.
nailed that shit. Bam, bam, bam.
I have a video you can watch on it. So you're going to want to heat this up for around maybe 20 seconds to 45 seconds, depending on the size of your torch and whatnot like that.
So I used to have a friend that would light his flower bowl like that with a glass rod. Just propane light his flower bowl instead of
Yeah, we used to do those heat sticks, remember?
Yeah.
I still have some
Yeah.
laying around.
I had never seen
So
that.
you haven't done it yet, so we'll start over there.
Alright,
with you.
what am I doing? Just
So
spit?
you just inhale.
Those are very
Don't
pretty
touch
colors.
anywhere around this.
Yeah, do not touch that because that shit is hot and it will burn you, just like a banger will burn you. Did you get anything? So your first time, and you never want to hold actually more than 3 seconds. Okay, but I just want to let them know.
I don't think I got
I didn't know that.
Oh, so that's the
3
thing
seconds.
about that, especially with flour. You don't want to do too much. You want to do less is more again, because if you get it too hot, you will catch your flour on fire. So we'll heat that up a little bit more, and I did that on purpose, just like your first one. I didn't heat it up all the way up there, just because it'll show you how to heat it up and learn it at first. You out of here?
No, I'll be right.
Okay.
Am I gonna not say
Okay, try that, and that should be hot enough. So once it goes, you can get like 2 to 4 hits out of it, and then you'll have to reheat it up. So your first hit is going to be a little smaller than your second hit for the fact that you got to take that flavor disc from room temperature up. So if you want to do another hit,
Not good.
it'll be
Flavor
way bigger.
does. Stacy.
Yeah.
Flavor does.
Do I need to, we good?
I could heat it up a little bit more, but I don't think it has to that much.
No, I'm not using it, ew.
I was good just for you.
No. You look your own stuff.
All right, so elevator. So then we talk about glass, and that's another thing Elev8's all about is the glass, right? So we have in a range of
Do you feel
really
like you got
affordable,
that?
beautiful American glass to very affordable foreign artisan glass. And then we have pieces like this, which is actually a hybrid piece. So the main body and everything was made in China, and then the marbles are actually made in the USA, and we put that together. So what that does is it allows you to get a really affordable, higher-end piece of glass with some modern touches to it, and you get to help out America as well on that. A piece like that, you know, so the price difference, what is good quality glass, what isn't, what makes glass cost more than other glass, is where it's made, who made it, how long it took, how many techniques are in there. So there's so many things that go into that. I'll take that to Matt.
Don't touch it, man.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, and then, you know, we got glass like this. This is USA stuff. And then this piece is actually the first recycler I ever seen. And that was made in China, actually. So, whatnot. We have really cool bubblers like this. This is probably made by Matt. Beautiful stuff like that. And then the surfer as well. These knobs come off. And that's the beautiful thing, too. You can upgrade that. You can get it mushroom or something like this. You can get all kinds of different stuff. Your wands. Your wands can get upgraded like that. So that's the beautiful thing is even if you can't get it right now, you can always upgrade it and still make it as unique as you.
That's my favorite.
That's because he really likes the how to dab stuff.
I like the flavor of it.
Another thing we got, we'll pass this around, is on the Elev8 brand of glass and the Elev8 Premier glass. We offer, which is very unprecedented, is the Phoenix Oath. So for 8% on top of your purchase of the original purchase, you get a lifetime warranty on it. So if you break your glass, 50% of what the original cost was, and you get a brand new piece, exactly what you had. So it's a pretty sweet little thing that we got going on. So again, what makes good glass and bad glass? I think this is a great piece,
That worked better.
but it's not as thick as something like that. So I would say this is maybe a little thicker. Again, I know this was made with pure love. I do believe this was made with love too, and the quality on it's great. So I wouldn't say either one's bad, you know. And each one is different for what it's for. Pros and cons to everything. Then we got, you know, these two pieces right here. This is an American-made mini tube we got right there, and then this is a recycler, and that's a foreign artisan glass. And that doesn't have the marbles like that piece does, which you can add those things to that as well. As long as the piece functions for you properly, it's a great piece. If you like the piece, it's a great piece. Recyclers are really neat because they put a lot of, you know, there's a lot of function going on in a small area, and that's pretty neat. And then again, don't ever forget you can always get the American Elev8 Premier stuff, and it's made right here. Not by this guy. A lot of it's made by this guy. Right up here on Platte. And again, we have classes if you're in Colorado Springs or since you're here. Get a hold of us, and we can definitely book you out a class on that. Actually, on the back of that trifold, I think. Maybe inside. Try one more. right there. There's Matt. So maybe it talks about that. Does it talk about the liquid arts class? Anyways, we have that.
Yeah.
And you can pick that class up by calling us up or going to one of our shops, and they'll take care of you on that. And again, thanks again for hosting this. And again, they got this stuff right there for doing that stuff. And again, that's the special thing about Elev8 is being unique, being good and everything like that. And these things are fully customizable. Pretty much everything. Grinder, pipes, this guy could do almost anything you need.
Can you pass around that?
Which glass?
We have shirts too.
This was actually a Christmas present. And this is our Elevate the Bees right here. 20% of the shirt goes to Colorado beekeepers. And this shirt actually glows in the dark. So, and that's it. If I could get those order forms back and everything like that, that'd be cool. And then one thing that we got that Elevate at Home. Elevate at Home basically is this website right here. We pass that around there. So we are building everything, but Elevate at Home will look just like this as well. But so all the stuff is there if you ever need anything, or just call me up and say, hey, what's new, and I'll talk to you about that, because I am your personal concierge. And then again, if anybody wants to be a rep, let me know. Get with me at the end of this, and that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for attending this and being part of this, and I appreciate the questions. You definitely won that. Oh, and we didn't even spark a joint, so we'll take this joint right here, and we'll give it to you. Usually you start from the left, but
If you're sitting on our side, we are the left.
Ah, there you go. I like
yeah.
that.
Hey, that didn't work out too well down there. If you're back that quick. Howdy.
Did you go to Pueblo already?
Damn, that was.
Don't worry.
Thanks.
That's all right.
I made a baby one, but it didn't work out. It's a good start.
Hi.
This is Stacy.
I'm good. Oh, hey Teresa.
Hey.
Did you hear our shout out now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even pass that around.
All these vapes and nobody has
Dear
lighter.
God.
Chris, you didn't catch me.
You have a lighter?
Yes.
We're gonna hold off on that 1 second because I didn't pass around this piece right here.
Do you have a lighter?
So we offer 2 vape pens.
Not right now.
Oh wait.
We have this vape pen right here. This is our small, very affordable, kind of almost disposable one, but it's a great thing. I've had guys buy this thing a lot. I think this thing's $40 or something like that. It's got a little ceramic heater in there, just like all of our things. In there like that. You put a tiny little bit of wax or dabs in there. This is the mouthpiece that comes off. And then this is the little battery right here. And then we'll pass this one around. So we put this is the same thing in there, and no way.
Fancy party or just the
No,
vibe?
just all the way up and down.
Why?
Like, in Fountain, because it took me down a back road. I don't really want to talk about that right now.
Oh.
But
So we'll pass this around right there. You can take a look at it. This is the pen. There's nothing in that. It all unscrews like this. So what's really great about this pen is the mouthpiece has a built-in little dab tool into it. There's a little dab tool.
Oh, Swedish. Okay. This is where the dab goes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And so all my competitors will leak out the bottom because the air comes in through the bottom. Oil is really juicy and wet, and it flows right through the bottom. Mine do not do that. So I have a little hole up here and a little tube down there,
Yeah, I saw that.
and we call that the turbulator.
Okay.
So it's much like a carb cap, but if you're using a banger, you need a carb cap. Oh, sorry. You need a little carb cap, and that puts the air right over the oils to go ahead and let the oils vaporize right off. If you don't have it, the air goes over the oils and you don't really get it. So we've put this inside of this thing right here. The heater does come out, so if you ever do burn your heater, it's really easy. And this piece will go on, if you already have a mod, it will go on any 510 thread mod. So it just comes off like that. We also have this battery right here, and this is my favorite. It's all inclusive, and then you can put your dabs inside of there. So you have your mouthpiece, you have that, you have everything right there. So we'll go ahead and pass this piece around.
Super random. Do we have extra atomizers yet?
Oh yeah, 500 of them.
Okay.
That one is on there. It is the wax max.
Wax max.
So I'm gonna turn this to 10, and all you do this one.
Second to the bottom.
Okay, yeah. So this one, it's not like the sidekick. The sidekick is always heating up the herbs. This is different technology than what a dry herb has.
Okay.
So right when you press this button, it's going to start heating up.
Oh, okay.
Some people will press it for like kind of 1 second, 2 seconds, and then start heating it up, and then start inhaling.
Okay, so how long do I need to hold it down?
Maybe
second,
about
2
1 second.
1 second, 2 seconds? Okay.
And then start inhaling. But keep it held down.
Okay.
Yep, while you're inhaling it, hold it down.
So 1, 2.
Yep, and then up.
For however long you feel.
Don't let go.
No.
Don't let go though.
Keep holding
Yeah.
it while
Yep.
you're
But you
inhaling.
still got a really good hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
Is she the cougher? I heard you. I was listening. I was watching you listening the whole way. Yeah.
Were you laughing at me?
Yeah,
I lost
she's
a
a
lung
copper
out there.
For sure.
Yeah. You lost your lung in the parking lot.
Yeah, that bitch went right in the parking lot. And the bad part was my son introduced me to it. And
Yeah, just hold the button the entire time that you hit it.
his friend was over. I was getting ready to go to work. They hit it. They made me take a hot one at that.
Yeah.
So, and they said, they made me go, and they said, breathe in real hard and fast.
Did you get one?
They so set my ass up for failure. I coughed so hard. I told you I lost the fucking lungs.
And then when it's hot, so that's really putting out the fats and lipids.
Right.
And it just coats your lungs and you can't breathe afterwards.
Man, I could not breathe. I coughed all day at work. This is when I was still in tech. And I looked at my computer screen like this a long time. I know I must have been there a long time.
Yeah, that's my new one.
Luckily, I was my own boss in my own office. Stuck on stupid.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think that's it. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody.